If you're obsessing about food and find yourself not being able to not think about food, don't want to be alone with yourself, don't want to go home because you're afraid you're going to overeat and you're finding you are just in obsessive thoughts that won't stop, here's why and here's what you need to do. So I've done a lot of work around this. I've worked with thousands of women around the world for over a decade now. And what I can tell you is this: from exercise addicts to those with eating disorders, to those with disordered eating, to many that just would deem themselves to always be on a diet. If you've been struggling with your weight for more than a year, you don't have a weight issue. You have a relationship with food and a lack of one with yourself. Food has taken on human form. If your life is not full, if you have to think of your life as a pie, and there are different pieces to this pie. There is your career, there's spirituality, there's family, there's your romantic life, there's creativity, there's spirituality, there's all of the different pieces. If the pieces of your pie aren't full and you're using food to bring you joy, to be your partner that isn't there, or even if your partner is there. I've coached many women that have beautiful marriages and that are so happy and in love, and their partners are wonderful, and they have children that love them, and yet they still feel unfulfilled. That doesn't matter, and they still seek out food. They seek out food when everybody else goes to bed, right? So it doesn't matter if you're that or if you're alone. My point being, if your piece of that pie is not full, and if food is serving to fill the gap, right? Where there is lack, we will fill the gaps with food. Then there is no way that we can take food out of the equation. There is no way that you will stick to a diet without sabotaging your own success. There is no way that you won't end up going back on all the times when you go, I'm not going to binge tonight, or I'm not going to starve myself tonight, or I'm not going to fixate on food tonight, or I'm not going to overeat tonight, or I'm not going to do this. Everything that you are doing is a way to disconnect from you. The dieter is an isolator. There is the word die in diet. If you've been in and on a diet for over a year, right, then there is a lack of connection with you. There is a lack of connection with other people. There's a lack of connection and walls that have been put up where you've gone into a level of isolation, especially those of you that gained a lot of weight during COVID. What you saw is that there have been many numbing agents that you use for food, and this can even be exercise addiction. It's just another way for you to live in the mind and not be of the body. It's another way for you to stay disconnected from you. And the way to heal from this is through wholeness, right? Which is what I teach. Does that make sense? Does this resonate?